All right, guys. So we're done with our Rovapoint application, and this is the full video on how the Rovapoint works. First, you log in. Okay, I already have an account here. All right, so it uses internet. So we have an API that logs you in every day. And one most important thing about this is that after logging in, you can turn off your internet connection. So it doesn't really need internet connection to work for the whole day. All right. So it's taking a bit long, maybe network or something. All right. So now we log in to our dashboard for admin because it has role-based access control. For admin, you're gonna see the dashboard, see the branches, and the rest. So you have a beautiful dashboard here that shows you analytics of your sales, total sales, outstanding tax, expenses, and the rest. Okay, so you can go to branches, select a particular branch, and see the sales in that particular branch. Okay, let's see sub branches or main branch or something like that. So you can select department in each of these branch to see how the sales is going over there. You can as well select the year. Okay, we started the build of this Rovapoint 2025, so that's why you have 2 years here. So 2025, 2026, you still have it there. Then you can choose month. Okay, you can choose month in this particular year. All right, so that is basically how it works. That is for the analytics page of this application. So dashboard or all months. Okay, all branches as well. So this is where you have your total sales, your expenses, and your profit so far. So you go to branch. Okay, you can create a new branch by click on add branch and enter the name of that branch. You can enter this branch as main branch 2. Okay, for the address, main branch address. Okay, for the phone number, you can put this phone number. All right. So for this branch code is automatically generated. So it's assigned to every branch. So you click on save and that branch is automatically saved. So you can edit a branch. Okay. You can delete a branch as well. So that's how that works. For instance, this main branch that I just added, let me delete it, main branch 2. So I'm going to click on delete. I click yes. And you can see that that main branch 2 is gone. So this RADGDF branch, let me also delete that branch as well. All right, then for this last branch, I can edit this last branch, changing the last branch as large branch. Super. Okay, and after that, you save, and that branch is saved successfully. So here we have the departments. Okay, all the departments. Now remember, when adding a department must belong to a particular branch. You can search for department by saying department of sales. You can see sales department here. Logistics, you can see that test department. So there are lots that I added here, about 7. So you can edit a branch, a department rather, you can delete a department, and you can add a new department as well. For workers, okay, you can create an account for your workers and they have the opportunity to change the password just after login. So for this one, you can search worker by phone number. You see that you can pick worker from a particular department. Let's say super branch. There is no worker there. New branch, we only have one worker in new branch. Sub branch, we only have one worker as well. Super branch, no worker. All right, so that's how it works. You can add worker here. You select a branch for that particular worker. Select a department, give it a name, give it a username, give it a phone number, then the role. Is an admin, a manager, a cashier, whatever. Then give it a password. So when the person logs in, the person changes the password. So let me say user 2 for the name, user 2 for the username, and phone number is this. And for the role, I'm going to do the role of cashier and I'll give it a password and saves. You can see that um, user is added. This is the user to just added now. Okay, you can delete, you can edit that. So after this video, I'm going to log back to this user too, so you see how it is. Then for customers, in case you want to reward your loyal customers, so here you add your customer. You can search a customer. Okay, add customer by name and phone number, edit and delete. So here we have items. Okay, items you have in stock. You can restock by just clicking on restock, enter the price of that particular item and additional quantity. Okay, here additional quantity price. So you can delete a particular item, you can add a new item. So let me call this guy new item. The price is 20, the quantity is 15, and the branch is going for is let's make call it the main branch and department of sales and random barcode. And you click on save. You can see that that branch now appears. I think this should be it. Yeah, a new item. I mean to say, and that item does appear. So you can restock or you can add a new item. You can as well delete. All right. All right. So for sales, this is where you pick items and add them to cart and process the sale. How does it go? Just select those items. Select. You can see them being added to the cart. You can add plus to increment the number or minus here icon to subtract them. Okay, or the delete icon to remove that particular item after adding them in the cart. So then you can see an overview of the total amount here, the tax if applicable, the total quantity is 10, the discount. There's no discount for this time. Okay, but if we want to give a discount to this user, just type something like let's say 500, discount of 500, and see that that discount is actually implemented in this 2 million plus amount, and we have about 2 million and 115,235 remaining. So what payment method is that person making payment with? Is it cash? Is it transfer? Is it POS or credit? So you can choose anyone, and if he's a working customer, it's fine. So no need. But if it's already existing customer, you can pick up the name of that person here, just in case at the end of the year you want to reward your loyal customers. So pick this one, then you click on process sale, then select your printer and hit print. So that automatically goes to your printer. The next one is transaction. For admin gonna see all the transactions, okay, transactions by all users. I can select by branch to view this, okay, can select by branch, okay, then no record in that super branch, sub branch, still no record, a new branch, still no record, a main branch, we have a lot in main branch, okay, latest branch we still don't have. So all transactions are being made in the main branch simply because the admin belongs to the main branch. So you don't make transaction in another branch. So that's how the role-based access control works. Okay. All right. So you can choose a department or you can search by a reference code or customer name or method of payment. So if I say cash, it gets all payment by cash. So let me say something like BE5. Okay, BE5. So any record that has BE5, starting with BE5, so it filters them out. Okay, so these are the sales. For users that you create an account for, they can't see other transaction, they can't see transaction made by other users. So for admin has an overall right for everything, but for users or customers or users or workers, they only see the transaction they make. Okay, so you can see load more here to load more. You can see export table. Once you export this to CSV, you can click on export table and this comes up as a CSV file, then you can click on save after that. Okay, document instead. So I don't have an right to save to this particular place. So let me save to document folder and I click yes. When you go to document folder, then you see this guy here and click on save. Okay, that is now saved. So for expenses, you go to the market, you get goods, and the amount of that goods and transportation, everything inclusive, goes in as the expenses. So it uses a KISS method, keep it simple method. So you don't have to be having over complicated way of adding your expenses. So just click on add expenses. You go to market, you buy a bag. Let me say about 12 pieces of bag for 15,000, and your transportation there is about 5,000, and the rest. So at the end of the day, you're having about 20,000. Okay, maybe you get a diesel or something. At the end of the day, everything is assumption 25,000. Just write 25,000. Okay, what branch is that? Select the branch and what department. There's no department related. So let's go to main branch and sales. The name of the expenses is purchase. The initiator is automatically selected here based on the user that is entering these expenses. Then for the cost, I'll say 25,000. And the date of that is today. Or you can select that particular date where that happened. And after that, you click on save, and that expense is added automatically. Then for settings, okay, so this is where you enter your organization name, your address, your email, your phone number, tax if applicable, and printer size. So I included this in case you're using a 50 printer or 80 printer. You can select any of them. Okay, it works perfectly fine with them. You can click here to change the address, change the email, phone number, and tax. Let's say you have a tax of 2%, okay, or 0.5%, 0.5%, and click on save. So that saves automatically. When you go to sales and add item to cart, you can see that the percentage, the tax percentage is 4,225, okay, 0.5% inclusive. So that's for the settings. The next one is profile, just a quick overview of your total sales and total product sold. So for the admin, okay, he has sold about 1,162 products and made this total sales here. You can change password here, okay, your old password, new password, confirm new password. You can see just a quick bar chart of your top five sales. One, two, three, four, five. S followed by iPhone 13 Pro Max, earpiece, charger, and iPhone pouch. Okay, then for refresh, this is just to refresh the flow. I'll have synchronize here. This is just to take your data to a database. So you don't have to worry about losing your data. Okay. Then for admin, you can see activity logs. Okay, there won't be any issue. And we also have a soft delete in the application. So whenever you mistakenly delete something, it doesn't go out of the system entirely. It goes in as a soft delete, and we can retrieve it anytime. It's analytical software, and it has to give a clear understanding of what the system does. And so finally, you can log out here. All right, so I created a user called user2 and the password. Let me log in as the user. So immediately when you log in as this user, okay, so my internet connection is off. Oh, it's still on. Okay, taking a bit while to log in. It actually uses internet and our API to log in. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, so for this guy, you can see he hasn't sell anything. Okay, you can only see customer sales transaction, and that transaction is this. Okay, then profile. Okay, he can see our transaction, but he can't delete them. Can you see that? Permission denied. You can't delete here. Okay, he can view transaction, but he can't delete them. Okay, he can print directly. Okay, send to printer, but he can't delete. So that's that. You can see refresh. All right, you can see synchronize logout. So this user has limited access, and he can only see products in his own department. In his own department. He can't sell products in another department. So that's how scalable this application is. All right. So just remember that this is made by SkillRover Technologies. If you want to learn or maybe you want to use this particular application for your business, we're open for negotiation and discussion. All right. So see you guys later.